To conclude our evening here, it's a pleasure to have Tom Nelson, who's the director of Climate the Movie, here to talk to us about that, and we'll watch some selected clips.
So how many people here have seen Climate the Movie already? Okay. So since it's been a long, great day, we're not going to show the whole thing. We're just going to show the intro, just 2.5 minutes. But I will talk about it a little bit, and I'll answer any questions that you have. So John called it a crock, famously called the whole thing a crock in the movie. Richard Lindzen called it a, what did he call it, a cult.
And Greta says, how dare you?
And Will Happer called it a hoax and a scam. So I think it's great that these highly decorated scientists use this strong language in this movie. And the movie's doing very well. It's been out since the end of March. And it's uploaded to maybe, the full movie is uploaded maybe 100 times or more all over social media. It's on YouTube. It hasn't been deleted from YouTube. It's on Rumble and BitChute. And a lot of full copies have been uploaded to X as well. It's doing really well on X. And then it's been translated into subtitles for 30 different languages already. So the Clintel folks over in the Netherlands have done a great job with that. And another guy sitting over there is Mr. Park, who came all the way from Korea to be here tonight. And he did the Korean translation, so big hand for him. Fabulous job, yeah. And by the way, he's done a lot of translations for other books too. He's done several of them for English books that you've heard of, Patrick Moore's book and Heartland's book. So he's done a lot of good work over in Korea. We need a lot more people like that. I wanted to say a few things about Martin Durkin. He is the guy who really did this movie. He wrote the script, he did all the interviews, he did the narration, and he's just tremendously good at what he does. He did The Great Global Warming Swindle in 2007, and that movie stands up to this day. But he's done tons of other stuff too. He did Brexit the movie, which I think was influential in the whole Brexit success. And he just released 2 other movies, Guns and Freedom, which we're going to be putting on X very soon, and the Great American Race Game. But he also did the £1 trillion horror story for Britain, talking about the terrible problem of national debt. So he is just a very talented filmmaker, and I can't give him enough credit for what happened here. Let's see. Let's go ahead and show the intro. It's just 2.5 minutes long. We'll watch this. It's, well, depending on how you count the views, related clips and stuff, it's over 10 or maybe 12 million. Yeah, it's way up there.
People are dying. Entire ecosystems are collapsing. We are in the beginning of a mass extinction, and all you can talk about is money and fairy tales of eternal economic growth. How dare you?
This is the story of how an eccentric environmental scare grew into a powerful global industry.
It's a wonderful business opportunity, okay? You want climate, we'll give you climate.
There's a huge amount of money involved. This is a huge, big money scam.
There are not just now billions, but there are trillions of dollars at stake.
It's a story of self-interest and big government funding.
People like me, our careers depend on funding of climate research. This is what I've been doing just about my whole career. This is what the other climate researchers are doing with their whole career. They don't want this to end.
If CO2 isn't having the huge negative impacts that we claimed it was having originally, how are we going to stay in business?
A lot of people's livelihoods depend on it. They're not going to give that up.
This is a story of the corruption of science.
There's no such thing as a climate emergency happening on this planet now. There's no evidence of one.
The climate alarm is nonsense, it's a hoax. I've never liked hoax. I think scam is a better word, but I'm willing to live with hoax.
It's a story about the bullying and intimidation of anyone who dares to challenge the climate alarm.
To speak up against or about climate change in any sort of skeptical way was essentially career suicide.
Activists are even calling for any skepticism to be criminalized.
It's the story of an assault on individual freedom.
It's a wonderful way to increase government power. If there's an existential threat out there that's worldwide, well, you need a powerful worldwide government, to cope with it.
We see all these kind of authoritarian measures being adopted in the name of saving the planet.
You've suddenly got the population under control all over the world.
All right. I have a few more notes here before we go to the Q&A. Just today, a German dubbing of the movie has been released where they got an actor who does all the voices in German. So you got a guy speaking for Ross in German. I hear he does a really good job at it. So we might do that with other languages too. That's exciting. Just got released today. In terms of being suppressed, I think it's very hard for people to censor us because there's so many copies of it out everywhere. But on Facebook and on Instagram, they're saying it's misinformation. They don't want you to link to it. But I'm surprised they haven't taken it down off of YouTube. I kind of thought they would do that. And they haven't attacked us. Washington Post, New York Times, I thought they would attack us, but they haven't yet. So I don't know. I think they're hoping if they ignore us, that we'll go away.
Why did Facebook ban you?
Well, they had some fact check. They have some, there was like one guy who is a graphic designer or something, did a fact check on us. That was it. And he just said, hey, it doesn't agree with what the IPC says, so it must be wrong. And that's what they used. It's pretty lame, yeah. I wanted to say we had in-person premieres in London and then in the Netherlands. We had 570 people at the Netherlands for the premiere, and in Washington, D.C. And we've had public showings in Estonia, and you've done a few in South Korea, or one or more in South Korea. So, and there's more of those planned. And then just next week, we're going to be, the movie's going to be played at FreedomFest in Las Vegas. And it's a competition. We're hoping that we win this competition over there. And then after we show it, there's going to be a panel. I'm going to be on this panel, and Michael Shermer is going to be on it. Michael Shermer hates us. He says we're deniers, and it's going to be interesting if we have a debate about this thing there. And Michael Schellenberger is going to be there too. I think he's starting to come over on our side, so that's interesting. Overall, I think this movie just came out at the perfect time for this because there's been so many lies. People are figuring out that we've been lied to by the media in so many ways in recent years. A lot of people have come up to me and they've said, I kind of believed in what the media said until the whole COVID thing hit. And then I'm asking, what else are they lying about? And the answer is just about everything. So I think this is perfect timing for this. I'm really happy how this is all turning out. So I'm ready for questions.
Yeah. First, I want to congratulate you. Outstanding job. That was a great movie, and we were happy to help fund or sponsor you in Washington.
Thank you.
So, along with CO2 and Heartland, I guess my one question is, well, how can we help you moving forward? You've done a great job in getting this out, and so as an organization that loves the message, and we've produced our own movies on this, so I think that we want to help you in any way we can. So let us know what we can do.
Yeah, I just think helping it spread virally, you're just spreading the word. I think that's the way to go. I think YouTube doesn't want you to find the movie if you search for it. So I think if you can email the link to people and just tell people about it, just make sure people know about it. I think that would be a good way to do it. And then there is on our website, you can download the clips yourself and you can put clips or the whole movie up. It's all for free. So if you want to just put it up on your feeds or put it on Substack, I'm constantly running into copies of it that I didn't know about from people I've never heard of. It just makes me so happy that people are spreading it that way. So it's going viral. And then we do have a follow-up thing we're going to do, me and Martin Durkin mostly. We're going to make more short clips and try to follow this model again, where we put the short clips up onto a website and people can also upload those to their website. So yeah, any way you can spread the word would help. Thank you.
Hello, I have another question. Have you tried to take the movie to the IPCC people to see if they're willing to engage in any kind of a debate on?
No, I had a debate online with this Malin Baker guy about it. He did a review and then we did a debate about his review. But that's as far as it's gone. I don't know how we would go about getting to the IPCC. I'm open to doing that. I would love to, to get this debate going as much as possible. Every time we debate, I think we win. But
I don't know. I just reach out to the leaders. I don't know any other way than see if they'll just ignore you or actually accept.
They did that one high-profile debate in 2007 with Gavin Schmidt, and I think since then they're gun-shy to do it. But yeah, I would love to do it.
I just saw on Rumble it is available. So if YouTube or any other source censors it, you can look it up on Rumble.
Yeah, there's lots of copies on Rumble, lots of them. And on BitChute, yeah. It's on Substack, it's on a long list.
Oh, wait.
It's 80 minutes.
Oh, you already asked.
Hour
yeah.
20.
Oh, thanks. Sorry. I lost track of time. Okay, so we're going to Jonathan here. And then...
Tom, following up on the gentleman's thing about the IPCC, many people might not know that the human attribution chapter of IPCC AR6 has only 11, that's 10 plus 1, lead authors. 11. So for this debate, why don't you take all the amazing scientists who were in the movie, like John Clauser and Willie Soon and all the others. You had, I don't know, about 7 scientists in the movie?
Yeah, more than 10, I think.
Maybe more than 10. So take that group and have them debate the IPCC 11 scientists on the human attribution chapter.
Yeah, I think we would all love to see that. We just have to get them to agree.
I don't know if they would agree.
Advertise. It's like an advertisement, open challenge. We've done many of this thing.
Open challenge, yeah.
Like open letter challenge. That'd be cool.
The IMF was offered that and they turned it down.
That's right. Yeah, you got canceled, didn't you, by the IMF? Yeah.
Thank you. All right. I'm going there and then I'm coming to you.
They said the IPCC has spoken. That's good enough for us.
Okay. But I do think people are less willing to just trust the experts right now than, yeah, they're less willing. There you go.
Tom, good to see you again. I have a kind of, just because I'm a physicist, I have to ask a numerical question. How is it that Greta Thunberg and Al Gore and, what's his name? John Kerry all know, each of them knows twice as much as the other two put together?
It's the same way that every place is warming faster than every place else. It's like that.
Okay.
Tom, my friend John Robson in Canada runs a really good channel called Climate Discussion Nexus, and I don't know if you saw it, but he did a fact check series on this movie, and he actually came out okay.
Oh, I did not see that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you should look up his
Okay.
fact check series on Climate the movie.
Okay, I'll do that.
Thank you. I've tried to engage the alarmists just up the street here in Las Cruces, and they just censor you. They will not debate. The university tried to shut me down. They just refuse. It's total dishonesty, but this is what we're faced with.
Yeah, again, I think it's just a good indicator of who is confident in their knowledge of this stuff, people who want to debate or people who run away from debates. And it's clear, even on X, as you see these people engaged, that a lot of them haven't spent an hour looking at natural variability and trying to figure out how the climate really works. There's enormous groupthink, but it's crumbling. I'm seeing tons of signs of the whole thing crumbling in the last 6 months even. Yeah. There was a group called Climate Nexus that had 30 or 40 people that were just pumping out propaganda all the time. And on like a week ago, they just threw in the towel. They're no more. And there's another sign there's this Sabina Hassenfelder who has been pumping out all sorts of alarmist stuff. She's got a huge following on YouTube. But just in the last 4 months or something, suddenly she's saying, maybe scientists are being too alarmist, and maybe there's some positives to climate change. And we don't really know what the global average temperature is. It's amazing that she's kind of flipping over to our side. Another sign I'm seeing is with Joe Rogan. I mean, he's not a climate scientist, but he has this huge, huge audience, way bigger than CNN's. And in 2018, he talked to Candace Owens about climate change, and she said, basically, I don't believe in it. And he went, what? The experts believe in it. And that was his stance then. But now he's completely flipped. And now when climate change comes up on his podcast, he's scoffing at it. He's saying, yeah, we don't trust the experts anymore. So there's just a lot of signs that I'm seeing. I've been looking at this kind of every day for 15 plus years. And I'm seeing signs like this over and over as the oil companies are backing away from renewable energy, and the BlackRock guy doesn't want to say ESG anymore. And BlackRock, I think it was their annual report in 2020, they mentioned climate change 29 times, and now they mention it 4 times. So, and if you look at the polling, people are just not buying it as much anymore. So I'm really happy with the way things are going. And of course it's not going to go away instantly, because there's thousands of people who put their whole careers on the line for this. So they're not going to say, oh, sorry, we were wrong. But for tons of people who haven't gone all in on it, they are willing to say, you know, you people are right. And I'm seeing it over and over.